Hello, my name is Robin and today I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't leave social media. Welcome to Victoryville. So Raul, in your last video you asked me to stop using social media for just one day. And I'll tell you the truth, in this moment I can't. I will give you a series of reasons why I can't leave social media in this moment. I mean, one day is something that is completely possible and I would do recommend people take a break from social media. But in this moment I can't, and I'm going to tell you a series of reasons why I don't think you should leave social media either. Uh, I'm going to talk to you about how they're important for connections, they're important for getting to know the world, and they're important because they might change your life. So first of all, connections. Social media allows you to connect with other people. Facebook is the clearest example. It lets you be connected with your friends and family and other people you know. And even though you might not want to talk to them, you don't have to. You can just have them there and know that they were at some point in your life, they were important enough to you that you decided to add them on Facebook. And someday you know that you can reach out to them and just continue having this relationship with them, because if you don't, you're just losing an opportunity to have this world with them. So the reason I couldn't stop using Facebook for this weekend is that I use Facebook to connect directly to people using the Messenger app, which is the main channel for me to communicate with other students here in the university, because it's easy and everyone has one and we can make plans, and that's where I'm planning my final project and other just events that we want to do. Everything is there, and so I can't stop using it because these are things that matter to me that otherwise I wouldn't be able to do. So Facebook is important just to keep in touch with people. Now we also have a different kind of social media like LinkedIn, which admittedly I'm just starting. My profile is completely blank, but I will get to it because while Facebook is important for people to get to know you personally, LinkedIn is a social media for people to connect with you on a professional level. So people may be interested in having connections with you so that they can get into certain jobs or things like that. And you can also use LinkedIn to get into jobs. It's very common right nowadays to include your LinkedIn profile on your resume or just send a link, because it has a list of all your achievements and interests, and those might be reasons why people will hire you. So LinkedIn is also a very important social media that you shouldn't abandon, because it will become more and more important as times goes on. Then we have WhatsApp, which is one of my favorite apps, and I use it to communicate with people back home mainly, because people around the world don't use WhatsApp as much as in Mexico, apparently. So there are a lot of people that I don't see anymore because I don't live back in Mexico, and my main way of communicating with them is through WhatsApp, and I think that's a very, very convenient way to talk, because I can just send messages, and regardless of the time they're in, they can respond whenever they want, and it allows me to continue talking about the small things that matter to us, things that don't necessarily require a phone call, and it's also less stressful than a phone call, and it's a lot cheaper than messaging. So WhatsApp is definitely one of the main pillars of my social life, kind of. So number two, getting to know the world. You know, the world is a very big place. It would be very hard to really know what's going on in every place. But social media helps. I personally don't watch the news on TV. I don't even have a working TV right now. So social media is the only way that I get to know the world. So the story of how I started using social media to get to know the news goes back to a day where there was an incident. I don't remember exactly what it was, but a lot of people were hurt, and I didn't know about it until like 3 days later when everyone was talking about it in school. And so I couldn't stand the idea of knowing that there could be big things happening that could change everything as we know it, and I just don't know about it because I have no way to knowing about it. And I follow news from different parts of the world, because just having one source of news can be very biased, and they also don't cover certain issues that are important, but they're not important to them. So just getting to know what's going on in the world, it's very important to me. I live in a community with people from all around the world, and important things happen all around the world. And I want to be able to understand what's going on there, because it's not something that just affects me, but affects people I care about. And if it doesn't affect people that I care about, it's people that I could care about. So knowing what's going on in the world is very important, and the best way to do it is through social media. And third point, you don't know if it will change your life. I know how in last video you talked about how not knowing about Yupik being maybe transferred to another zoo wouldn't have really changed your life in any way, but you don't really know that. The thing is, you don't know when you're gonna receive some news that are really gonna change something. You don't know if you're gonna find out a new artist, you don't know if you're gonna find a new hobby, you don't know if you'll come across an idea that will completely change the way you see things. And that's something that I have experienced in the past. Like the guitar I chose, my guitar, this guitar, I wouldn't have this guitar if it wasn't for social media, primarily YouTube, that allowed me to really see what people have done in the past in many years, and decided that the Strat was the best option for me. Also, I've come across all sorts of ideas and interesting facts that I wouldn't have thought of. I read a lot of science news in the internet, so I get to know about things that I didn't even know that were there. I've come across a lot of artists through social media, just by people retweeting them and stuff like that. People like Dodie. I know you like Dodie too. So I found about Dodie because Hank Green retweeted one of her pictures. That was enough for me to find a new artist that I would listen to a lot, and that's amazing. A good proportion of the people attending Minerva right now found about this university through Facebook ads, and they decided to follow them and went to this college. If that doesn't convince you of that social media can change your life, even small things that you can find in there, I don't know what will. I know social media is not all great. It's very, very easy to misuse it, to overuse it. I do it myself. Half of the tweets I read are not about news, are not science, they're just memes. And it's really easy to get lost in Facebook and Instagram just looking at pictures that are completely or irrelevant to your life in any way. But I think you should keep social media because of the value that it does have. I think this is it for this week. And Raul, I hope to see you very soon also on social media. And for your next video, guys, I want you to give me your best life hack.